Hey everybody, this is Demon on Night 1 here. We're bringing another Hazbin Hotel review. Last video I covered the pilot at Overture and the radio killed the video killed the radio star, I'm sorry. And the second part of the review I'm covering episodes 3 and 4. Scrambled Eggs and Masquerade. Now, to kick things off with episode 3, it takes place after Sir Penches has become a part of the whole cast. By that, I mean he becomes a permanent resident. And however, old habits die hard as he is trying to still do bad deeds. You know, creating weapons of mass destruction and all that, which Vaki is highly against. And so she tried to get Alistair to get rid of the Egg Boys, which Alistair kind of goes along with it for a bit, which isn't all that, doesn't seem to faze him all that much. Seeing as he has a meeting with other members of Hell's Overlord or community in the city. Just a moment, real quick. Come on, guys. Sorry about that. I had to lay in the dogs. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, Alistair was going to the meeting of the other Hell Overlord community. And boy, we see a lot of Overlords here in this episode. I mean, apart from Alistair and the V's, we have Zestio Morde, who's kind of like a combination, and by the looks of it, had to be part vampire, part spider, and maybe part snake. I don't know. All I know is that anybody in the episode who sees both Zestiel and Alistair walking down the street immediately has a fearful reaction. This definitely tells you how powerful these guys are, or just their presence alone. One of the Egg Boys follows Alistair into the meeting and kind of stows away. Here, we also meet Rosie, another Overlord we'll get to in a later episode. Alligator. No, wait a second here. I had him. I memorized his here a moment ago. Where is it? Crap. I have to look in the wiki later. Anyway, one of the main overlords in this episode that I need to talk about is Carmilla Carmine. Now, if any of us have seen Hell of a Boss, we've heard the name Carmine before. are in the episode where Blitz, Millie, and Moxie go onto the Ring of Wrath to attend the Harvest Moon Festival. Oh, and Stryker just so happens to be carrying a rifle that's, as Moxie, they put, Carmine crafted. Which tells that Carmilla Carmine and is a weapons dealer are amongst hell. And the fact that she is dealing weapons that can do potential harm to higher level demons, or like, I don't know, members of the Goetia, the Deadly Sins, and including Lucifer, or maybe angels. Those, as we'll find out in a later episode. Anyway, the meeting is mostly about the extermination being pushed ahead to 6 months. When Velvet bursts into the conference room, carrying the severed head of one of the exterminators that was taken out during the last extermination. You know what? From this moment on, I'm just gonna say the purge instead of extermination, because that's pretty much all it is. I'm still gonna say exterminator, but as for the action itself, I'm just gonna say purge. Anyway, Velvet throws the severed head of one of the fallen exterminators is on the table, all stating that someone amongst us has the capability of taking down one of heaven's exterminators. If this is the case, we should fight back. To which Carmilla immediately turns it down. Especially since Velvet starts spouting out some disrespectful insults to not only Zestial and Alistair, but also to Carmilla herself, which is not a good idea. Once the meeting's over, one of Pensius's egg boys over here, there's a conversation going on in between Carmilla and Zestial. And as it turns out, Carmilla is the one who took down the exterminator. Hence why her reaction was so shocking. Seemed so shocked. The reason and why she took down the exterminator was to protect her daughters. It is until the end of the episode where one of the egg boys, who is named Frank, tells Alistair what he heard, which Alistair plans to use at a later date, of course. And when Sir Pensius is finally able to get his egg boys back, seeing as he's done little to no harm to the hotel as of yet, Frank then lets it slip to Pensius about what happened, to which he brushes it off. And that's the end of the episode. Now, on to episode 4, Masquerade. And boy, this one starts off with a banger, no pun intended. As apparently it's show and tell day at the hotel, where each hotel resident has to show something to the others and kind of discuss about it. Angel Dust, with his career, her choice, decided to put on one of his off-brand videos. And we get to hear Husk's this side of things and how he sees everybody in general. He thinks Vaggie's hiding something from everyone, and he believes him's Charlie to have daddy issues. Those that go way back. Nifty doesn't want to get into. Serpentious being a failure of an evil genius. This inventor. Or who's only at the hotel because he has nowhere else to go. As for Alistair, he doesn't even want to go there. When it comes down to Angel Dust, however, he says that Angel is pretty much faking this whole persona of his, to which Angel gets that's rightfully pissed off at him about. But as he gets a phone call from his boss, Valentino, one of the V's, is to do another film shoot. Vaggie tries to tell Charlie that she needs to be a little bit more aggressive in her approach. Seeing as she's the princess of hell, she should have some authority to keep everybody in line, especially with the upcoming purge. Well, let's go. Goes on, I guess for some odd reason, and Charlie decides to follow Angel Dust to his film shoot, and you can kind of guess what happens here. Valentino introduces himself to Charlie and tries to make her into one of his performers. Yeah, I don't think so, Epstein. And where Charlie really doesn't want to get involved, but that's it to be known that Val should be a little bit nicer to Angel and to let him stay at the hotel more, as he is trying to redeem himself. Or so it seems. And throughout one particular shoot, Charlie accidentally caused it as a fire to break out, which pisses off Val. Oh, and I have to agree with Alicia X Death on this one. Episode 4 of Hazbin Hotel is possibly one of the most realistic episodes I've ever seen of an animated show. Well, other than Adventure Time and maybe SpongeBob. Yeah, I'm comparing an adult animated series to a couple of kids shows. Was in terms of reality-based issues. With Angel Dust, those issues happen to be abuse. Not just physical and emotional, but mental abuse as well. Oh, of course, when Charlie sees Val strike Angel, she starts to turn fully demonic on him. That is until Angel pretty much tells her to get lost, as in how he doesn't need her help. Which unfortunately upsets Charlie enough to go back to the hotel. Oh, after a rough day at work, Angel returns to the hotel bar and asks Husk for a drink. Husk continues to dig into Angel's psyche. They telling him to just stop with this off-brand start or persona. Like, This is not the real you. Which, after the day Angel Dust has had, I don't blame him for getting upset. You're fine. Sorry about that. Anyway, Vaggie, he sends Husk after her Angel Dust. Us to kind of get him to come back. And you know how in that one in X's and O's of Hell the Boss, I'm sorry, this is like the last comparison of the two shows I'm gonna make in this video. Oh, where we go to the greed ring and a good portion of the inhabitants there are shark-like, make an appearance. Well, at this bar, or where Angel just happens to be, he's surrounded by a shark mobsters, including one that kind of looks like a sawfish. If you don't know what a sawfish looks like, look it up. Husk gets Angel out of the bar, and tries to bring him back to the hotel. Still calling his whole persona fake. To it, Angel finally breaks down and says, that's who he is now. That's not who he used to be. But since he has a contract with Valentino, that's what his life has become, or I guess afterlife has become. And we actually find out from Husker that, well, one, he used to be an overlord burn in hell. That is until he made a deal with Alistair. And now because of that deal, he's under Alistair's control. And to cheer up Angel Dust, we actually get to hear Husk sing a song in the series, which is my number 2 favorite song in the entire Hazbin series, called Loser Baby. And I know a lot of people don't like the fact that they changed the voice actors for the official series rather than keep the ones they did for the YouTube pilot. But the one thing I can say, though, is Keith David does a killer job at voicing Husk. If you don't know who Keith David is, I have 3 full voices I can tell you that he's done and characters for. Goliath from Gargoyles, Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog, and of course, Spawn from Todd McFarlane's Spawn. And as for the song goes, I've actually heard different AI covers of this already. And a lot of them really, they are fire. Along with the ones for Stayed Gone. Anyway, the episode ends with Angel, and Husk going back to the hotel. And Angel apologizing for getting mad at Charlie, as well as forgiving her, or for kind of getting in the way. And I gotta say this right off the bat, although Charlie's like my 3rd favorite character in the series, is for being the Princess of Hell, supposed to be the daughter of the devil. Oh, she's too wholesome for hell. I mean, she's more angelic than demon. Which is saying something, as her father was an angel before being cast down into hell. Wait a minute, that makes me think. If that's the case, then wouldn't that make And Lucifer, half angel, half demon. Well, that's it for our part 2 of our Hazbin Hotel review. For part 3, I will be covering episode, it's 5 and 6. Which are the ones featuring Lucifer. I know, this review is about half over, or as well. Until season 2 comes out, and this is all I can do. Oh, and don't be surprised if I don't make any videos for quite a while. I might be looking for another job up here soon. So, stay tuned nonetheless.